Hey everyone, how are you keeping? So as always this time of year it's pretty busy, pretty chaotic in terms of trying to get jobs done, but every day we get a little bit more done, a little bit closer to where we want to be. We're nowhere near where we want to be, but I think that's just the nature of the year so far, just with weather and the amount we've taken on. But great progress being made. So the market garden area is really coming into its own now, which is good to see. So starting to make some nice harvests again. Crops are looking good. Behind us here you can see some nice celery, first garlic being harvested there. You can see by Diana getting stuck in this week, which is great to see, getting her first harvest out there. Selling away in the shop. See celery, this was planted here probably about 2 weeks ago, so it's coming along really nicely. Celery was probably one of our best crops last year, which I kind of didn't expect, so it was nice to see. In here we've got a load of spring onions which just went in today. Sprinkler set up to go on those tonight. Behind under cover here, nice bit of kale. That's just our early kale to get things rolling. Still, we've seeded 1 hectare of kale with the farm dried up the back of the farm, and that's germinated so. The ground was incredibly hard that we were going into. Went in at a kind of a dry patch. We didn't get in at optimal timing. A few other bits and pieces involved there as well, in terms of not having optimal ground conditions, but that's more down to our inexperience using the farm dried than anything. Under here we've got a load of kohlrabi, which we have in the shop for the first time this week, so they're looking really nice. See if this is, now these are just smaller ones. You can see here, nice little purple guys, but they are coming along great. We had a little bit of aphid issues with those, but we kind of nipped it in the bud fairly quickly and didn't spread, which is great. Just direct sown here today, so went in with radish and leaves and some white turnip. And under here you can see we're still cleaning off this area, and this unfortunately is a bit of a, there are two what look like lovely beds, but unfortunately nettles grew up through them and made a mess of the mixed leaves, so that was an awful shame. We've got some multicolour or rainbow carrots, I guess some people call them, sown in here, and they're coming along great. And we've got some beautiful fennel here, which is in the shops this week as well for the first time. You might have seen some of the posts on it this week, so you can see under there some really nice fennel. Delighted with that, and we have successions in over across the way as well. We have been using the polytunnel over here to try and keep our tomatoes alive while we've been building the polytunnels. We did our best with them, but really it just took so long. Number 1 to get them, and number 2 to get them up, and number 3 getting them covered has been really hard. With it's a very windy farm here, and that definitely has caused us issues getting the polytunnels up. But 2 are covered now. 1 is planted up. The second one will be planted up by Friday, so that'll be all our tomatoes in the ground. Middle of June, not ideal, but in the ground is in the ground, and kind of happy, sorry, not kind of happy, really happy that that is the case. So here we have our rhubarb plants that we've germinated from seed. A lot of people buy crowns. To make a long story short, we simply couldn't afford to buy crowns, so we decided we'd grow them by seed. So the seed cost us, I don't know, in and around €100, and it'll take an extra year probably to get a crop out of them, but I'm not in a mad rush. and they're looking really healthy, so we're going to plant those out maybe before the weekend, but realistically we'll probably get those in early next week. There's 2,000 of them, so a great perennial crop to be growing. Here then we have all our Brussels sprouts for Christmas, so going in the ground before the weekend definitely. And here then we have some more broccoli. Rasmus is the name of the variety, and Edamar is the name of the variety of broccoli. So we'd hope that we'd be harvesting these come late September, October, autumn time anyway. Hopefully not August like what happened to us last year. Got another big load of compost today. We go through a lot of compost. One big goal for next year is to be able to produce our own on scale. So running out of wood chip as well. And we're going to be extending the market garden over the next month, so we'll be going through plenty of this. So in addition to all our own infrastructural improvements, Peter has been hard at it as well, but he's doing a massive extension here. So this are the first pig paddocks he put in, and to the right here he's going all the way up the hill. So really shows the scale of his ambition, and I guess it kind of ties in with the ambition of the whole farm. Really trying to just produce as much food for the people of Cork as possible, and free range pigs, you know, they're as happy as they can possibly be out here. I mean, what pigs wouldn't love to live here like? So in here we'll be going in with crops next week, and just below that is where we'll be planting our rhubarb. To our right now we have the tunnels. So tunnel 1 has been planted up with tomatoes. We haven't strung them and we haven't put down irrigation. We've been manually watering them, which has been a pain in the ass, to be honest. And another little issue which we've noticed, but we'll be getting, so they've come on really well. Like, they're small but they're looking healthy. We need to we're just taking care of them now, but we're noticing grass coming through quite a lot. So we're going to go down with a plastic tarp to try and block that out. Just got this on today. Just about got it on. Apparently I wasn't here for it. The lads said they nearly got away from them a few times, so we need to come in, get the ground ready and get this planted up before the weekend. So we'll go in here now with another I suppose 650-700 tomato plants, and then we're going to, next week will be a case of getting all the irrigation, getting all the trellising sorted. We'll get the doors done, we'll get our roller sides taken care of, and hopefully they'll kick on then, and we can give them an opportunity to kick on. And we won't touch the third tunnel until such time as we've got the 2 of these absolutely finished out and done. Coming over here, what an evening, huh? How gorgeous is that? Coming in here we've got our courgettes, which struggled initially due to the cold temperatures and the strong winds. The northeasterly really comes in from this side, and it just kept hammering them. But they're really starting to come on now. They've been trying to flower and bear fruit, but we've been picking away. We want to put energy into the ground, into developing their roots and getting a bit bigger. So you can see now they're starting to get a nice size. So we'd be hoping we'd be harvesting off these in like there's not much rain, but there's a good bit of heat, so maybe 2 to 3 weeks, maybe less, you never know. Right now we have Finbar. He is sowing sunflower for us in this paddock here. Here right now we are sowing just over a hectare of sunflower. So you can see down the distance, Finbar is down there. In fairness to him, I don't know what he's at, but he's just started into sowing this area. So sunflower, as you all might know, I also have a wholesale flowers business, so all the sunflowers will be sold through Central Floral Supplies, our wholesale flower business. So yeah, the fresh cut flower industry probably isn't the most sustainable in the world. So this is the first cut flower crop that we're going to do on the farm, and it's also an amazing cover crop. So this is the field now where we've sown the kale, and germination is so-so, but it's been very dry since we sowed it, and it's, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about how patchy it is. You can see here, little kale plant coming through. Another little one over here. They're kind of on the smaller scale. You can see them. So we've sown them every 45 centimeters, which is kind of a standard enough spacing, I guess. So yeah, see another guy here coming through, but yeah, a little bit worried now about that. I'm not sure how we're after getting on, or if they're getting munched, but we'll have to wait and see another few weeks. I'd say there's some good germination here and here. You can see along there and there again, but overall it's yeah, probably have to wait. Another curly kale there, probably have to wait a little while to find out. So last week as well, we got all our hay baled. We ended up getting 60 round bales, and I think it was around 670 square bales. So we'll be using those for mulching on our crops. So not for feeding anything, but they'll be going back onto soil here for I suppose weed suppression, water retention,